the story is a bit tea. A bit tea. And a bit so dear, Omun tea. I'm with Team J3-1.
You alone.
What's about it? I got one last week.
No long player I want to me come team no one was. You alone.
A bit tea. I know you're Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan,
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Crystal Palace for
the Liverpool.
Yeah, Brighton create
Napoli.
Yeah, Brighton
A
bit tea. I'm 5. Genum, Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Manchester United.
Yeah, Crystal Palace. It's our Brighton. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Showers up. Guys, you didn't come on. We are looking into all the action over the weekend, and then we'll be looking at what happened, why some results unfolded, and then we'll also look at probably teams that are likely to challenge for the title. So you're welcome to do this with us. But let me entreat you to subscribe to the channel, and then also you comment on all the contents that we have on our channel. And as well, don't forget to share the link for others to join in. There's a movement, and let's grow
stronger than our party.
Exactly the point. Where do we start with? Do we do Premier League?
And then Chelsea for Musorio.
Yeah.
Chelsea for Musorio. Ayamunti. Asare Boadu ne fifi ma friend. Yeah, Musei.
So they started the season unbeaten. It wasn't so convincing, but the past 2 games have been a bit disastrous for Chelsea. 2 red cards in 2 games, 2 defeats, losing 2-1 to Manchester United, and just last weekend they were beaten 3-1 at home against Brighton and Hove Albion. What is exactly wrong with Enzo Maresca's side? Are they being found out? What champions?
Yeah, me do. You don't see anything.
What for you?
We are seeing now.
One Japan.
Oh, yeah, sure, 3-1. Yeah, sure, be 3-1.
Now yes, Crystal Palace in Brighton.
Somebody get me a cake. What is happening at Chelsea? Seriously, what's happening?
I think, Mike, it has to do with the whole setup of Chelsea, especially when it comes to their build-up. But most importantly, if you are missing key players like Levi Colwill and Cole Palmer, you definitely be found wanting at some point in time. But I think the red card has not also been very good for Chelsea in such situations. We spoke about the 3-1 build-up in the last few games they played. I think against Manchester United, against Brentford, against Lincoln. How Chelsea builds with a 3-1. And the 3-1, that means the defensive midfielder dropping as the 1. And every single time, the opponent will always have the attacker on Chelsea's number 6 pressing them. And I think it's because of the fact that Momo should then need a technical number 6. I mean, I actually believe Moises Caicedo is very solid, but technically, Romeo Lavia maneuvering himself or a press resistant kaka.
Yeah.
Or cast pressing and come so finding a way out of it. And when Enzo Fernandez was literally dropping deep to near Chelsea. But for now, with a 3-1 build-up, and Caicedo, they press and they 3 back now Chelsea. Even with the presence of Levi Colwill, if you press Chelsea, I think Levi Colwill is one player who's superb on the ball. Superb passes, more press resistant, and what they know how Chelsea power. In his absence, I think they are really struggling with that. And how to deal with a red card now. Enzo Maresca, 2 games naturally say managing games with a red card, man down, difficult man. He struggles to get grips of that. And I think it's due to the fact that he loved to see his teams attack, not necessarily defend in low blocks. Normally at worst mid block, make sure so the back be pressure and now they are finishing the games. But lack of players also hand kakra because injury situation so be the red card cry now they'll be it's up to him to adapt. But I think senior man catch this. The point is normal getting how they can close the gap. I've seen teams close the gap when it's 10 points, 15 points. They just need a good luck charm to hit at the right time. This was definitely going to happen, especially at Barca Club World Cup by. Me I can't name when Chelsea started the first 3 games in the Crown. I felt that and I'm predicting and would have had a slow start and peak maybe in the middle of the season or getting to the end of the season. And then now based on the fact that almost need enough quality on the bench. And it will be prano conche, be a total. Let's see how it works out for them. But I think these are sad times for Enzo Maresca.
Kiki, Can Chelsea start kissing the Premier League trophy or title goodbye? Say, you can't serious contenders for it on the evidence of DAC in their last 3 games. Where an available 9 points, they picked just one. That was a 2-2 draw against Brentford. Losing to Manchester United, losing to Brentford. Teams which relatively on paper, they should have at least have maximum points against. Does this indicate that they really won't be able to sustain a title challenge? So let's ride them on.
Yeah, for now, I wouldn't say they probably don't stand a chance. Initially, we suspected Arsenal, Liverpool, to some extent Man City, to actually compete for the title. But looking at what they did in the Club World Cup and the transfer window where they have the chance to build a good group, because you are now going to play in the Champions League, you are playing literally all the competitions. We felt probably Chelsea can at least give a competition. But it's quite unfortunate that they are throwing these glasses through the metal box. I think to some extent I'll blame Enzo Maresca.
Ada Wasana.
I wouldn't say Wasan, but on Noaji to my maybe an interview with BM Sports. On Noaji to say a lot to learn. On where I can say on Noaji to say a lot to learn now. So if they decide to do a blame game, and don't blame a lot of people, but they can blame on one of them. Say they are no maybe how we nyani and on one side to say for some time now the team now are very indisciplined when it comes to the red cards or Munya, and on no number one corporate when it comes to he's suffering in terms of the team in your red card. Into on one to say or you rookie when it comes to or manage a certain side when there is a red card. It's currently I say or can play fully but my name so then I come or say in training right now, they said they have to start training 10 against 11 and knowing how to deal with that situation, because it's quite clear that they say subsequently there's a high probability to say red card, but by saying the players indiscipline, throw them under the basket.
Kiki, I actually believe the Mike. It is easier to get to the top.
Okay.
But the most difficult thing, you can't stay at the top. Sana Mihuno. You see, Enzo Maresca started season. I said something about him. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but the fact that Oshe PSG, the Club World Cup, expectations because
yeah.
And I said that because I believe that mentally, Chelsea up job could do a certain stage, but they will need to maintain it at the top there.
Yeah.
Just maybe one of game, agreed. But when you say PSG in Kwadia, because PSG, they were coming in as the best team in the world. Style of play. I can't Chelsea fast to finish your Mokra. Easy.
Yeah.
We are world champion. The next expectation here say you can't go troughless.
Yeah.
The next expectation here say you need to deliver results. It's the interview now, Munoka say he needs to win matches. Because Chelsea are Jumano. Maybe you can't afford to be losing to Brighton. You can't afford to be losing to Manchester United.
Plus you want
because
to
expectations quite different.
But then again, are we not being overly critical of a coach because it is a fault na yabo game? Then a situation goalkeeper fails to read the room very well. The reaction leads to a red card, ejection. Early stages of such a crucial game. Then in this game too against Brighton, only 1-0. They were comfortably ahead and they were topping all the statistics in the SSC players. Or the SSC team performance. Then Chalobah, again, he was not experienced enough to read the room and know that so Brighton crowd player Nekoya. The chances are that Obeshe and Obesay. So it wasn't a clear-cut goal. Fouling him and then being withdrawn due to a red card leaves your team at a disadvantage. Are these not issues or development that has to do more with the players and decision making on the field?
Yes, but I believe, sir, I don't think you have managers, I don't think you have coaches. You see, I'll just use this as an example because when I'm saying they will come there fully. Manchester United.
Okay.
When you look at Ruben Amorim's team, they create a lot of chances. In Najiatum, the up-top statistics, Nedi Adansi say we are creating a lot of chances. You shoot two more shot on target and all that. But some decision makings you are pitch and so. Once 1 or 2 or 3, then let him not break it down. Yeah, say a 4 or 5. But over to score line 4-0, 4-1. But coach Ninyadi. And it's true. And to say the now Akomea, you as a top coach last season, you catch us qualify for Champions League. The league was so difficult. The teams were so up there, but you tried as much as possible so you qualify for the Champions League. You did it. And also go ahead, Conference League. Yet what the who answer World Club World Cup you them. Yeah. No
but then again, the league form is it different from what we are seeing now? Because Chelsea lost some games last season and not any so lose.
Yeah.
They lost at home to Fulham. You get it? Yeah. So it is much more like the playing body and the kind of, you see, I choose to mostly look at football teams in different ways. Your stages will be true. Akomea spoke about the game against PSG. It will be difficult for Chelsea to repeat such performance in 10 consistent games because omunya character there. But for how PSG handled Inter Milan, they can do that consistently because they've now come to appreciate what they are about and they've adopted that character. But Chelsea nyambenya asade no. Partly because the OD project in him no LRK experience in the head coach. His main top job in here at the top level. Okoye Leicester, but for a brief period. The most recognizable spell he had was assistant Pep Omoje Treble. So Onoankasano, in terms of top flight management, see the project this is the first time he's had to go for like 2 seasons. So experience in here. Then the playing body. If you look through this Chelsea squad, the average age, I don't think say better at 24. Lacks maturity, players who lack experience, and then leadership. Scenario na ma Chalobah nya red card. Van Dijk, Chalobah. What would VVD have done?
Yeah.
Experience will tell him, leave him. You get it?
Yeah.
Try to draw close. Or yes, or bebo shot crowd, obetimi done so. Or bebo shot in every no, but onya angle no.
Angle no.
But Chalobah reaction BC Van Dijk never calm it down. No a ready situation no. Chalobah ne I am share. Hey, that one any be a CN never be. So out of that fretting, he will fret or fret here. Mistake now. So I think maybe we have high expectations of Chelsea because they beat PSG 3-0, but they are not there yet.
Mike, so who knows how?
No, they are not there yet. Chelsea are not there.
When you call Ronsa,
oh, they are not there yet.
What
Ronsa?
Who be the Abetiana Miangu?
What
Ronsa played the
I think the Chelsea project now is like the second year of Mikel Arteta. That's now.
This is why Dr. Kiki. Lastly, now me see what Chelsea said.
Yeah, they will move to Manchester United.
Cup games are deceiving.
Yeah.
And some results can hinder or maybe cutter the progress of team.
Exactly.
Ebina Manchester United facing with Eric Ten Hag, money other coaches or mobile. Obeji Cup. When you beje, you feel like project, no? It is moving towards the right direction. Yes, true, but at least stage now, we're expecting to see a new.
I think the right now success blinds process.
That is it.
Yeah.
And
so success
it was a cup win. But I don't think Chelsea are ready to compete and compete
no,
well.
No, I don't think
I think that it starts from even the board. Honestly, me, sometimes I don't look too much in tactics because they say in football and everybody is learning. And to beat me, she'll be one you be obey no show. Right now, football goes beyond that. Psychology goes beyond money. Look at this Chelsea side. Like I said, this team competed in the Club World Cup and won that cup. So to say them more cano, there will be much expectation. So I'm passing as a board, as manage Chelsea Football Club. I'm okay. They say standard they're doing a winning Club World Cup. They're Premier League or something. So it means that most of them players. Why would you go into the Bundesliga to bring in Gettins? Then how win?
And your main central defender gets injured. One Toby now say just a champion number bomb level now. So I think the project, the ambition.
I just don't understand.
So that is it. But Manchester United, you see.
They say them are bro, Minia.
Is it an Amorim problem?
And a problem. Do you know why? I told you to some extent the question and my support on the kaka, but on one
the Bruno Fernandes
Bruno Fernandes, you see, and no. Bruno, how do you?
I'll be the boy, I shall go, and the bear,
and yeah, Hammer.
Muka.
And then and then we all accepted that right now as a midfielder you should have everything.
Yeah.
It's true, but you see, and also in Chelsea as a coach, unlimited pakone specialty. Hey, and then today I was listening to this guy Veved, Real Madrid's midfielder. Valverde. Yeah, he was saying something. He said, "I don't want to hear people saying, I don't like to play the right wing because we say Madrid no one want to play there, but." If the coach decides to play me there, I will play, but the coach and everybody knows my position.
They're not crabbing and coming here, but there are more candidates.
Obia won a specialty. I didn't start for academy. Oh, baby, but with time, then you develop and add other
true
specialty to it. But you see, and also in Chelsea, say Abia, you have top midfielders in your team. Now Ebimanya injury. Now person Bruno Fernandes be achievable 2 matches be compensated to say on Barca fine. But you don't use Bruno Fernandes, someone who is good when it comes to the 18-yard box inside it and just right behind it. You want to use this kind of a player in the middle of the pack. Yeah, then himself Bruno Fernandes is very indisciplined. But you see, there are some players who are so over ambitious that are more passionate over taking their specialty and what they have to do or they have to do. Ebini Bruno Fernandes. Ebuan or you're too passionate time, maybe also a right back.
Indisciplined.
Very indisciplined. But because of the passion. But if you have these midfielders, people who structure now you want to play, that 3-4-3 there I was explaining it. So I have 2 midfielders now. With 2 midfielders now. They are more of a defensive midfielders and box to box, but they are more box to box because your central centre back is supposed to be the one stepping into play as a defensive midfielder. Yeah. And it means that your 2 midfielders, they have to be number one, technically good. They have to more retention to be so high
athletic
and very athletic. And so easily. It means that we feel for now you porous. And we are meeting your central centre back.
Exactly.
On another DM behind him, space. It's to meet Trana. You are dead.
So the first goal Brentford scored, that is what you've described. A long ball, then try to beat the last man. Maguire has any pace.
So how?
If you allow Maguire and then Ego Thiago to just have a go at each other, if they sprint, Maguire won't catch up. And that will be smooth for any attacker.
Lenny Yoro to bench heading.
And I think it is a strategy that has been used against you guys like several times.
Yes. There are 2 sides of the coin. Anytime our coach pay results, he will love to rely on the old players who are in the team.
Okay.
Also, a typically example, baby any good stars, on second line after Nigeria. So you understand, say he feels that now he needs results. When he has results, then let me go in for Shaw, old guy. Let me go in for Maguire, old guy. Let me go in for Casemiro, old guy. Let me use the old guys because I believe so. Oma Wahache. It is a muya denkrana. These are guys who meet my boy and my resources.
Akomea omuwo mu che need na enmo mu
me I make us say 2 sides of the coin. Any coach bia, I'm telling you, Doc, any coach bia be fani bia say on first starting lineup after a streak of bad results, or be pick loyalty over these individual guys or more young guys on both team.
Yeah.
You make that choice. There's a reason why I want Amorim sacked. And there's a reason why too, I believe the problem at Manchester United is not all about Ruben Amorim.
So let me do something.
2 different things altogether.
Yeah, so let me do something. Is it a case of personnel or tactics?
Mike, I think it's the 2 of them.
No, Yibako.
No, it's the 2 of them.
No, me person will Yimu back. Which they United.
United in Napa personnel.
So why don't you back the manager and get his players?
Backing the manager,
I believe the right personnel improves the team. Because tactics and any pan do na nipa na mention and sports one na make can any pan see entertainment oriented.
This is where my issue comes from. You look at the whole setup of Manchester United, and I'll state it again. Say, no coach can achieve a better results with Ugarte, Casemiro, Kobe Menu, and Bruno as the double pivot options.
Okay.
No single coach in this world. And every team in the Manchester United team will also top 4. With some midfield options in the Chrome.
Okay.
Because 1, it doesn't give you proper balance. Number 2, they are too erratic. Number 3, Omunya athletic. So over struggle.
The athletic look at him answer. Ugati.
You struggle. This is where I have a problem with Ruben Amorim and his priorities during the summer transfer window.
Players and you're on a toy.
Mike, and you're on a toy, but on no swatch I said your penal. In terms of position, no, I was a cover player and the neighbor. When you listen to Amorim and everything that happened after last season, United, on my dream, I almost said they were not scoring enough. And then Erasmus Wilat, they were not scoring enough. Okay, I agree to that. But if you get Cunha, now in Buemwa, I expected the next target of Manchester United to be the midfield position, which has been ignored for so many years. Say the only best Manchester United midfielder Munya the last hour in an Michael Carrick. Asan. Carrick ko Munya midfielder Papa Bian Fanem and Vivi ho. Squat in Fred Munya makeshift. These guys, it's all about makeshift. So any single coach is going to struggle within this. But Ruben Amorim is not helping himself with the choices that he's making, especially tactically with how I set it him there.
Yes.
Because one team must center back in be inverted in Befabo as the DM. It's never happening. Especially when you know, say, the two pivots now you have, no, they are not tactically disciplined. At the same time, the two pivots now, more technically, they are not solid. Usasu was center back, or Mummy saying, you know, be technically solid. If all be Lisandro Martinez, the boss CBA. That one, they're solid.
Yeah.
Because at Ajax Amsterdam, he can play as a defensive midfielder. And the technically, no, Sasu is solid. Three center backs in the warning now.
Yeah.
But how do you still insist? And I think, sir, you see, when person might draw the conclusion, say he's a bad coach. Generally, he's not a bad coach. I believe he's a very good coach. As Sporting CP, Jumo here, and won't daho. But center backs are doing more Juma. Good quality. Resources were coming. But I mean, who is a Manchester Juma and Bruno? That is how I say it. And Oya Yank, he should take the opportunity to resign. Obenya Juma for Friday, no restore. And yes, sir, Man United bebu anyone as you are Amorim. No, this club, if you are not careful, ebe to tun tuma. 40 years, Kope club fufu because you Juma. Build your CV again.
Opinion and
if the future brings you back to Manchester United, you will come. Bebwa, you will come. But this club Nankasano, Mike, coach your problem. Players your problem. But club ne yare.
Management, our problem. And a spiritual problem.
Vampire mind in
Green moto si green dadosa. Erade mediti mi show sa.
No cranny na me.
Mesro, de ye honhom money bi a etete yen.
No cranny na me.
Ye free homaye.
Manchester bread.
Bible so read Joshua chapter 1 verse 3.
Preach on.
Bible say no okachen say baby awdo na be sibia no
Yes,
de
Lord.
asase.
Yes, Lord. We are delivering Manchester
Mesro,
United today.
fa asase no Manchester United.
No cranny.
Na edin. Say ye ya mfa.
Akomea.
Yetiminko. Brame kumaye.
Oh.
Akuye yetiminko.
Oh.
Brame kumaye.
Yeni beje.
Ebeye.
you guys will do very well at the mentor show, but this is football. Do we have is there a taking over 10? Liverpool lost, Arsenal won. They've narrowed the gap. Are we looking at where it gets to the stage Arsenal takes charge and then have a say in the title race, and eventually could this be their year? I feel you're mafia now. Because we never thought Liverpool.
Asare Jinelo from Kalisa.
No question. You see, they are supposed to. Okay, let me put it this way. On camera, they are supposed to be the one to take over. Looking at their squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, here come Manchester United as no. Omo call Baleba ho. Ebo omo bo no metna ase. Do you get it? But looking at this team, Arsenal. Do you know say Henkapi Omobi?
Yeah.
He was literally their best player. I mean, Bayer Leverkusen's best player.
Yeah.
Omobi. Mascara is on the bench. Saliba Mobo. What do I mean? Their squad is built to win the league and contain all the pressure when it comes to these cup games or mobile.
Okay.
Unlike other ones now, injury will set you back and all that. No, Arsenal should be doing that, should be winning it. But it's Mikel Arteta and the team's character.
Arteta yana kwashe too.
Yes, I bet me the trainer kogum. Ubu sanso the trainer gum. Because I know tasty here we are. Now, but once I try say tam.
So Arteta is Arsenal's biggest issue.
I feel if a coach like Pep Guardiola or even Jose Mourinho for this Arsenal team, something can be done. But Arteta, you see, Liverpool playing Crystal Palace. Me, I knew when we did the preview, I knew say
Yeah. Okay, say be team Liverpool.
Crystal Palace glass na team na me no.
Glass and Kwan.
Glass and Kwan, say kind too. Glass and Kwan. So I knew that I'm from Liverpool. And you see, I made mention say Liverpool's team right now, trust me, is around Ekitike.
He's been splendid.
Ofi enter Frankfurt to buy, you know.
I think it's a Kitty's team.
Yes, any team like
for the first few games, you know, be actually.
Yes.
Are we not exaggerating?
Oh no, we are not exaggerating.
Trust
For now,
I mean, he scored goals, yeah, but I don't think he's carried them.
No, he's complemented the attacking.
Very well.
Attacking
So without him, they should cope. That leaves me with Florian Wirtz.
and
Wirtz.
oh no, we no one no.
You can't credit for Wirtz.
And now Toyota Wirtz, you better 150. Now for you start engine crying starting.
Florian Wirtz. Oh, Liverpool no. You ain't told 150 million. Man, be can't say when she goes and you assist. And number 10, it's absolutely a joke. You can play every single kind of football in this world, but if productivity, is not there, I'm telling you as a number 10, you're a failure. Number 10 is all about productivity, scoring and assisting. Or Pogba no yet 10 no 80. So they be near the goals near assisting the judge. You better back up. And you masa kase susuro waboka. One is campaign. You feel Newcastle by
Skin pain.
Septian skinny mind.
Tiama your friend Tiama kwa.
Skinny mind. So skinny mind so fa ho kan. Fa ho kan na mo Liverpool.
Now Florian Wirtz you see no question them say wa fa ye. He's playing Liverpool. Number
and they are
1.
winning games.
They are winning. And number 2, the team Manchester United, trust me, is the biggest team in England.
So imagine the numbers that Wirtz is producing and what he's not producing in a Manchester United shirt. What would the analysis have been?
Front pages.
Well, woo.
Manchester United 150 million euros flop.
Manchester United is a team.
The German
that's
flop.
Small thing, you trend. If you do a good thing, you will trend down. My Rebecca's one of the best player in the world. If you do a bad thing, not bad thing in your bad thing, who will be a well.
We'll have to leave that there. The season is still young, and there are a lot of matches that will be looked at regarding player performances and also the results that the clubs are chalking. But let's go to Spain.
Pim.
Also,
Pakutia Pau.
Let's discuss. Let's discuss.
The 5-2.
Yeah, let's.
Me, where? The 5-2.
Baptism of fire.
I knew it.
Oja. Almost
Zabi Alonso.
Is this a reality check?
A reality check. You see, I knew this. The preview I said it. That Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, Kotoko and House of Folk, Manchester United and Man City. Yes, you are the only form forget to your form.
it's not about form.
What I see is that before the game, I think Omone team of Nomboya Julian Alvarez scored a hat trick.
It was against was it Rayo Vallecano?
The movie by 3-2.
Yeah. When I watched that game and I smiled, say no, Oba Real Madrid.
No, the tempo, yeah.
Oh no, the tempo way, but trust me, you should tempo way plus Madrid.
That be feeling the way now.
Yes, Mimi who's fat.
It's a Madrid baby.
And Zabi Alonso, why you know homework here, and it's sad. They go class will continue to be permanent.
Form is temporary.
Diego Simeone, do you know what he did? You usually winning that game. Number 1, who said right now, Zabi Alonso's team pressing. It's a money 5 and 6. Also, the team technically they are not that good to withstand Madrid's press. So remember why?
Solid. Long balls.
Long ball spring.
And one thing about Dean Hudson and Militao,
Area duels.
They are not good when it comes to area duels. They have the height, but they are not. They are not good. That is where our problem in there free. And number 2, a moment. They took their moment. And these kind of games, moments they define it. The moments in your happen. And why I don't know. So
what happened?
You see, Zabi Alonso's team. I feel. Let me put it this way: Zabi Alonso's team will do well against the smaller sides. Those that don't have the aura, the good players, the vigor. But when they Osia
In
Barcelona,
the big games, you think he will be exposed?
yes. It would have all the big games be our Bobia. No, that since Xabi Alonso came from the Cloud World Cup, the big games be so lose. Come on.
Now it's advantage Barcelona.
Yes, Michael.
They are top of the
there's
table
a reason
after-
why I said Barcelona will win the league.
And
when
Lamine
we're doing
Yamal
the
is
season
back.
preview. Yes.
These
These are some of the things that makes me believe that Barcelona will win the league.
Okay.
You know, one team is already there. One team is gradually adapting to a new coaching style, mentality, and everything. And that is one thing that Alonso will need to grow in it as time goes on. It's like Alonso is growing with this particular Real Madrid team, whilst Barcelona has already grown with Hansi Flick, and they're getting the results. Look at how they find ways and means to get results. Against Sociedad, they were not perfect. This Barcelona team is not even playing better than how we saw them last season.
No.
At the beginning of last season. But I think one key thing about their team is they are finding ways to win difficult games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the X factor is there with the injury of Rafinha. You look at how Marcus Rashford is playing in this setup. You look at Robert Lewandowski, who is exhibiting leadership qualities on and off the pitch. He has been a stalwart. And I think my best Barcelona player this season has been Koundé. Solid at the right back. Koundé has been playing so well for Barcelona. Real Madrid will lose a lot of games, but it doesn't mean Alonso will do well.
This is a team
That is one thing.
perfectly.
Mike,
They
you
were
can't
winning
start
games, and all of a
honeymoon period
sudden
over.
they will lose a lot of games.
Against who?
I think.
Oh, we are not saying that
you
they will
see,
lose a lot of games. They will lose games.
The big games they will lose.
But definitely
my case
for
is,
trophies, they will
games
they will
like
take
this,
some
they
time.
are special, and oftentimes if it plays a crucial role in how you analyze a team's fate, you might be mistaken. For instance, Atletico, yes, they've beaten Madrid fair and square, but I don't think it's their renaissance.
No.
there's
No.
Omo
None of
Betis,
us
Omo
have-
that.
It's a United.
Then for Madrid, I think there's a team with a rich history, character to dig deep and bounce back.
Yeah, they
That one,
won't.
they will bounce back. But
They
they
will
will
How
lose.
Madrid fared against Atletico,
Uh-huh.
to me, does not really predict or give us a hint of how they will fare against Barcelona. It will be a different game.
But they will still lose.
But they will still lose.
Trust me. Me catch
They will
you.
still
See,
lose.
you see, when you look at Real Madrid side,
You think Barca will beat Madrid?
They will
Yes.
still lose. Yes.
they tell America
Most
side.
of us are
Me
Madrid.
say,
Omo Basham,
Omo Basham.
Marry no
No,
Basham,
no.
Omo Basham.
Me we United fool. Me Madrid ni. But you see, still there's one thing
Because
about
I
Madrid.
look at this Barca team.
Mike.
It's not as solid as last
No,
season.
Mike. They're even different. Do you know said team in now last season now you can't want them no. We are all attached to the fact that say we are beginning the season. It will get to your time. They will pick. I mean they will pick. But you see, they've added some players to the team that gives them different dynamic. Look at Real Madrid. That year, that's their Omolongo Springer striker and your friend say.
Hey,
Oh,
Joselu Mato.
yes.
Joselu.
Yes, time on Oselu wo ho no. Se omubwana enkoya.
No, man,
But the
Denaba.
different.
Yes.
Dynamism.
Look at this front line.
Mhm.
Se Mbappe, Vinicius, Oman click here.
I say Gonzalo Garcia.
Forget.
Okay, Gonzalo Garcia so intimi man whatever.
Ever.
Well, I think Madrid, Barcelona will be a different ball game altogether. Let's wait and see and watch out for the Clasico.
I'm born that way.
I think it's after the
October
international
20.
break. After the international break.
fine.
But let's talk the Serie A. AC Milan are back on top. They started the season poorly, lost their first game against Cremonese, but they've won 5 straight games, including beating Napoli, the then table toppers. That was yesterday, to move top of the Serie A table. We thought Napoli were going to run away with the title, judging by how they started. But Milan and Allegri are offering different scripts to the narrative. They want to show us that, yes, they won't play in Europe. They have enough period to train, rest, reset for the next game. Does it give them an advantage in the title chase?
Mike, I'll be very brief with this one. I think Allegri is a major factor in the resurrection of AC Milan as it stands. Playing against a coach like Antonio Conte, you have Allegri. It's experience versus experience. These are two coaches who have won the most Italian Serie A titles in recent years.
Okay.
Allegri with AC Milan and Juventus. Then you look at Antonio Conte with Inter Milan, with Napoli and Juventus. You know, enough experience, enough quality. But it's about finding the right balance for this particular AC Milan team. I'm happy for them because selling a player like Tijani Reinders, Malik Thiaw, will definitely weaken your team at some point in time. But getting a proper midfield balance of Yusuf Fofana, Luka Modric, and Andre Rabiot gives you physicality, gives you quality in terms of technical ability in that middle of the pack. And at the same time, it gives you athleticism in that particular midfield. Andre Rabiot is one of the most athletic midfielders you can literally watch. The same with Yusuf
Yusuf
Fofana.
Fofana.
And the technical quality with Luka Modric in that particular
Experience.
midfield. Experience, quality all over the pitch. From that role.
300 successful passes.
And Mike, you see, we underrate the quality of a player like Estupinian.
Pervis Estupinian.
I really like
On the
that guy.
Konya red card.
When Okunya you, but
But I really like that guy. But you see,
Yeah.
on more
I
intensity,
think
on more
our
aggressive.
brute force.
Yes.
It comes at you like a
Yes.
moving train.
South America for now.
That's why an upgrade over yeah, player DJ Bominum. Emerson Royale.
Where is he? Emerson Royale.
Me who no charge no.
Emerson Royale power ball Milan and Fadi Anes at the end of.
Let's say
So you think
But
Milan
I think-
actually?
But that was a statement win.
Okay.
The reason why I believe it's a statement win is everybody was doubting AC Milan at the start of the season.
Oh, I didn't give them a chance.
I'm not saying they are going to win the league, but the reason I'm saying it's a statement win is they are trying to tell every single team the talents you are that they are not pushovers. And I think this Napoli team are strong. They are strong. They are really strong. Kevin De Bruyne, Scott McTominay, you know these guys. Antonio Conte will definitely find a way to get back at the league and try and win it. Because when Romelu Lukaku is back, it's a different ballgame altogether.
Yeah.
He's a trump card. You know, there are certain games that are going to go in and win also. And there's a level of commitment to the project. But I actually believe AC Milan have just made a statement. Guys, we are not the pushovers in the league.
Well, I think one way they've improved would have to be their squad planning. And then as Zlatan Amwa, with the
I'm
kind
not
of
part-time
recruitments they made. But I think under Iglitare, the new sporting director, what they are doing right is that they recruited players who outrightly transformed the team and almost answered the future count. So when you were talking about their midfield, Obo Modric, Rabiot, and then Fofana, we've forgotten that there's Samuel Richie, who will understudy Modric.
Yeah.
So a bedroom
know
stage
prior,
also
no?
will take you over partner Afanedi.
Yeah.
So I think their squad planning has been solid. Attack. Okay, Santiago Jimenez is still there. But they've moved the likes of Tammy Abraham, Morata, Moko. Now, check the attack. Rafael Leao, Pulisic, then Nkunku, then Santiago Jimenez. I think their squad planning has been solid, and we have to give it to
Salimakers is
him.
also a very
Yeah, Alexis
experienced-
Salimakers as a right wing back option. Solid planning. Let's see what happens. But we'll have to wrap up with a review of European action last weekend here. And as usual, just drop in your comments. Feedback is very, very necessary. And again, if you have any questions to ask us, maybe in future episodes, question BR, you can just ask the question in the comment section. We'll pick it up and then we'll have to tackle it for you when you do ask. So thank you very much.
Hey, Madrid for Mumbono.